And we're back. You're now tuned in to the recap featuring the Goodfellas. You know how we do every week. We break it down, everything that went down during the week, pop culture, music, politics, whatever. We're here to talk about it. You know how the Goodfellas do. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, however you're watching this video, we appreciate y'all. So as usual, it's a roundtable discussion. It's your boy Tommy Guns, along with my boy Big A.
Good, everybody. I didn't realize that. What's going on, everybody?
All right, Sha Montana.
What up? What up?
Dav Noble.
Yo, what's good? What's good?
Shout out to Karev from Heritage Hip Hop. He might be back a little while later. He had to do some interview things real quick. So anyway, we've been talking about a lot of things today. So let's get a little political. Well, actually, not really political, but I mean, you know, just socially conscious maybe. My man Sha, he saw this article in the newspaper and he wanted to talk about it. So Sha, let him know what's going on, man.
Do I really read newspapers? No, I saw online. I saw online where Stephon Marbury is basically critiquing Jay-Z, because as you know, Jay-Z came up as a rapping about typical money hoes, clothes, drug dealing, and all that.
Regular life.
Yeah. And then now he's being more responsible and things like that. So Stephon Marbury said, like the article right here, I don't know if y'all can see it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It says, Stephon Marbury doesn't believe Jay-Z's advocacy. He said, you created crack babies. So this is going into how, Jay-Z's trying to basically do the turnaround. You know what I mean? Like years and years of rapping about, selling drugs and things like that. And, getting to a point where now he can make positive moves. And then, you got somebody that's bringing his past back up.
Okay.
And the way I look at it, it's twofold. For one, it is true. You know what I'm saying? Rappers, even the ones I love, have been, coming out with music that's been negative and has a negative influence.
Not Future.
Again, the ones I love. Nas. But anyway, so yeah, so you got that, and 9 times out of 10, if you come from negativity, negativity is always gonna come back to haunt you. On the flip side of it, though, turning a new leaf and becoming reformed is, something that should be looked up to and respected. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Yeah. And when someone turns their life around for the better, you shouldn't be quick to pull up their past. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let's not to cut you off, but let's also, for the record, state that we're talking about Jay-Z, who is an artist, who, although some stuff you might paint a picture, but it might not accurately represent your outside. You might write poetry that might not accurately, absolutely be what it is. Like, doesn't mean just because you rap about it doesn't mean that you did it. You might have seen it, you might have heard about it. So let's bear that in mind as well. You know what I mean? But and then Stephon Marbury, basketball player, right to have an opinion, but can we say he's created as much positive change and influence on society as Jay-Z?
I mean, here's the thing. He's not wrong for what he's saying. I mean, and you have to, however you feel faith-wise or whatever, you're going to be held accountable, call or whatever. So I feel like Jay-Z has done some stuff, and he did. And listen, a lot of what he says, a lot of what rappers say, they say this is what they do. This is their life. This is the life they live. So you're saying this is what you're about. Okay. Now, since he's moved on, you've also seen his transition to more, trying to be at least more conscious. In the 444 album, like,
yeah,
telling people to buy stock. Like, look at life differently. You know, he's paying off, you know, Rough Riders' debt. Like, he's paying off people's debt, you know, sending people to college, paying for people's, like, legal fees. And a lot of most of his money now isn't even from music. It's from his art. It's from his investments, like liquor.
Business
like,
moves.
So that's what I'm saying. I think at this point to come out and say, oh, well, you did this in the past, it's like, yeah, that may be true, but what's the point of that? Because by saying that, you're trying to discredit something he's doing in the present, and I don't think you can do that, because Jay-Z, you can hold him accountable for what he says and his raps or whatever, but recently his raps have changed. He's not the same dude. Like, his music at the beginning and now is not the same. Even what he produces or what he puts his name on isn't necessarily what he was back then. So I think if you have someone who is showing that some level of change and accountability and using their money for good, I think it's ridiculous to go at them like what they're saying, like they don't have a stance now because of what they did when they were in their 20s. Like, I think that's really dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah. I want to say I actually understand both parties. I understand Stephon Marbury because I actually know some people who are actually in circles with Jay, and a lot of the stuff that he did talk about is true. Some have been made up, but a lot of street stuff that he spoke about is absolutely true. So I understand Marbury being upset at that because he has in the past influenced a lot of negativity. But then on the flip side, if you listen to his music, he's always been in a conflict. He's always been in a conflict of knowing what was right versus wrong, and knew that the negativity that he was dishing out into the world was something that he shouldn't be doing. And it seems like as he got older and mature, he actually distanced himself from a lot of that negativity stuff, and has tried to do a lot of good with his profit and in his influence. But nobody's perfect. That's how I say it. Like, I agree with you, Dad. Like, nobody's perfect. You can't hold somebody's past against them. I mean, if you do something like that, we never have the Malcolm X's and the Dr. Kings, because you can go through anybody's past and bring up something that they've done.
Look how Malcolm X started.
Negative. Yeah, exactly. So you can go through anybody's past and bring up anything negative and say, oh, because you did this, oh, because Malcolm pimped out hoes and made all these things. But then on the flip side, look what Malcolm did to change his life for him, to influence the whole world.
Yeah. Shaw, I got a question. What made him go at Jay-Z? Like, what did Jay-Z say, or what did he do to make Stephon Marbury even say this? Like, I'm just curious about that. Like, what was the cause of it?
I'm not sure. The article, I didn't see anywhere in the article where it actually pointed it out. But I know when we were having a discussion about it before the camera started rolling, there was a song where Jay-Z referenced Stephon Marbury negatively or something.
Well, remember, Trout, we were talking about this actually off the air, how this actually goes deeper. Like, from what I understand, supposedly this is many years back. Like, this is over a decade, I believe.
2003.
Jay-Z had a girl in the club, and Stephon Marbury was in the club. She started dancing with him or whatever. Because of this, Jay-Z threw his name in a verse. I forget the actual verse, but he basically threw some shots Stephon Marbury's way.
Yeah.
And this is 10 years ago we're talking about. And to this day, there's this little, I guess, mini beef between them. And when Stephon Marbury did an interview, the guy asked him a question or, whatever, and then he made those comments. So it's a little bit deeper than just somebody giving a non-biased opinion about somebody they don't know. Shah, do you concur?
Yeah. I mean, we can't say for sure that that's the reason, even though it is likely. You just never know.
Okay.
Supposedly the song is La La La. So I'm looking for the lyric that could have been at him.
I wonder if it says something about Starberries. I'm curious because that sounds like what Jay-Z would do is take a jab at it. Because remember Marbury had them sneakers?
Yeah,
that
Marbury,
like,
they were
cheap.
cheap.
Like $20, $30 sneakers, and nobody really bought them like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this. I mean, all of us, whether it's the GoodFellaz, whether it's people tuned in right now, whether it's political figures, we've all lived life. We've all made mistakes. We've all made things happen in our life. So I think personally I think it's corny when somebody is trying to, I mean, you can do good and then somebody else can do good. And why are we judging who did more, who did this, you know what I'm saying? Or yeah, your good is invalidated because you did that. Like, I mean, say what you want about Jay-Z. He's employing, as we speak, hundreds, if not thousands of people. He's put millions of dollars into various charities in the hood. I mean, he spoke at the Democratic National Convention 4 years ago. I mean, he's somebody whose story inspires a whole generation of youth to hustle and, like whether it's business, music, it's bigger than even just rap. It's like just in society, like to hustle, to you can be ugly and get the fine chick. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like in many ways, he's an inspiration. So because he did dirt back in it, like I said, we talked about Malcolm X. Like Malcolm X, before he was Malcolm X, he was Malcolm the Hustler or Malcolm, you know what I mean? Like we've all done dirt. Should 2020 Sha be penalized because 2012 Sha was hustling in the hood, or you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like,
hey man,
listen, I mean,
man, 3 strikes, bro.
Yeah. Right, Sha?
I just want to say one thing. It's we all have our demons. We all have our mishaps that we don't want the public to know about. We've all done some dirt, and nobody here is perfect. So I feel like him going at somebody who isn't trying to be as negative as he was in the past, who's also, like you said, Tommy, did a lot for people. This man, he actually went to protest with his wife. He's actually gone to visit families of victims that have been killed by police brutality. He's also
bailing out protesters.
Yeah, bailing out protesters consistently. He's also helped the Black Lives Matter movement. He's done a lot for Black people as well as hurt. So I think somebody like that, like, I mean, like I said, nobody's perfect, bro. Like, I
just want to know
it's kind of real personal.
It sounds to me it involves a chick, and I think at the root of a lot of problems is always like a chick involved.
Because that's what doesn't make sense to me. It's like I haven't even heard Jay-Z even say anything like recently for Marbury to come out and be like, "Well, you helped raise like crack babies." I'm like, yeah. So what did he say? Like, was this a response to Black is King? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
It sounds like hating on the low to me personally.
Word.
What do you think, Sha?
It's possible. It is possible. Sometimes people don't forgive. He probably still is salty about the rap that he came at him with. You know what I mean?
Okay. So Sha, since you brought this topic to everybody's attention, when you first heard about it, did you have an initial opinion or an initial point of view on everything that made you, start to think about this? Like, what was your initial impression when you first became aware of the article?
Well, it was the article that even told me that there was a diss song, because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
I didn't know.
But it was like, it was just interesting. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like I said, it's multifaceted. It's like, okay, Jay-Z, even though I don't necessarily believe that he did all that selling drugs and all that stuff that he talks about, but it's a good point. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's years ago, man. We talking Jay-Z's like at least 50 now. You know what I'm saying? So we're talking about stuff that he may have did 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
Word up. Speaking of multifaceted, the GoodFellaz are in the building. Re-up with the GoodFellaz every week. We want to hear from you guys tuned in right now. what topics do you want to talk about? How do you feel about what we said? Do you agree? Do you disagree? We want to hear everything. Make sure you hit us up on the Facebook, on the YouTube, on the Instagram, websites, various websites. We want to hear how y'all feel. Or if you got a topic you want to talk about, holla at the GoodFellaz. We'll definitely get into it. And speaking of Facebook, my man Dav, an eclectic perspective, AEP Media. He's got a dope Facebook group where they talk about everything, man. Let them know about that, man.
Yeah, man. So that's AEP presents A.E.P presents First Thoughts Facebook group, man. Y'all can come in there. We talk politics, we talk movies, pop culture. We have little contests, quizzes. It's fun, man. It's a free for all, man. And it's a safe spot to come get your nerd on, get your politics on, talk with adults. It's adult conversation. I kick out the kids. I kick out the nonsense. I'll let y'all know right now.
And the first 5 people who log in and become friends with his social on his Facebook page get a free pair of Starberries. Yo, Big A, what's good?
Up,
Let them know
bro?
where they can reach you at. I heard you got this website that's just like popping in the hood. Let them know about it, man.
Oh, GoodFellazTV.com, man. Nobody know it. They should check it out. You like music? You like pretty girls? You like information? You like conversation like this? GoodFellazTV.com, place to go. Check me out, Ahdayar, AHDAYR, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all social media platforms. You check me out. You know what I mean? Tommy, Guns, where can they check you out?
I pay that man.
I'm in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, Instagram, all that. DJ Tommy Guns, social media. I'm on Facebook, Tommy Brown. Any or YouTube, of course. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the GoodFellaz TV page. Go to my personal page. Yo, we're almost at 2 million views on the DJ Tommy Guns / GoodFellaz TV page. So keep watching those videos. That's what's up.
Wow.
We appreciate
it. 7-zip, by the way. It's 7-zip Texans.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. David Johnson just ran a touchdown.
Shout out to football for just making us seem like the world's slowly getting back to normal.
Baby. Football is back.
Word, man. And yo, it wouldn't be a show. It wouldn't be a recap with the GoodFellaz show unless my man Sha Murder holla at you. Let him know where you can let y'all know where you can reach him at when he's not raising crack babies in the hood. Sha, let him know where you can reach you at.
But why I gotta be associated with everything ratchet?
That's what Marbury said, bro. I'm just telling you like I heard it.
My man.
You heard wrong. I'm an upstanding member of society. My Instagram and my Snapchat is GOTHYQ.
That's what's up. We appreciate you guys tuned in. This has been the recap with the GoodFellaz. Each and every week, we breaking it down. We letting you know everything that's going on: politics, culture, sports, music. We the GoodFellaz. We in the building.